it was an interesting project, but it came on the heels of a number of other times when I had been asked to participate in some kind of reality TV thing, and so I was a little bit suspicious. I mean, I never submit any of my clients to any kind of identification, certainly not to have them filmed for the sake of other people's entertainment. But this was a whole different kind of project that Brad was presenting to me. It was basically for me to just be a consultant, for him to be able to create a certain kind of character who was also being a surrogate partner in the drama. That happened. That began, I don't know, a year and a half ago. I mean, it's been a while. It takes a while to develop the script, I'm sure, and then the filming process and all of that.
A male counterpart who can socialize with you on a same gender level. The work can be very powerful. It was quite popular in the 80s.
Understanding what a surrogate partner does and how this whole process works, so that as he's creating characters in a drama, they're based in something that's real. It also, I mean, I just have a great love of this work, and I don't like it to be totally misrepresented in media of any sort. It's also kind of work that can be very easily misunderstood. It's gotten some various kinds of press over the 50 years that it's been operating in the United States here and also in some other places in the world, because it is working at the intersection of some very volatile processes of human development, relational work, intimacy, sexuality, and the therapeutic processes that can help in that arena. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people that are very nervous about any misrepresentation happening. A lot of the therapists that I talk to are sometimes nervous about working in this arena because they themselves have their own discomfort in talking about working with the most intimate of subjects with their clients.
During pre-production, I learned so much. Just doing the research and talking to Roger Toll, he had so much to give. It's hard to even rifle through all the things that he had said to me. We had a few phone calls, and I don't know. I think one of the things that I found that, honestly, one of the biggest things that like really sticks out to me was when I was working with him. We did talk about breathing exercises and physical releases that you can do to help with anxiety and panic and stuff like that, and things that I personally struggle with. So during pre-production, when I was talking to him and I was having these conversations, I was learning about so many different ways that I could learn how to handle those things in my own personal life. And I do remember thinking to myself, preparing for the role as Max, that there were so many times where I felt like I had tools that I didn't have before. And I learned so much about being, about surrogate partner therapy and what goes into that and the amount of work that is and how much that means to people and how special that is and unique that is. And hearing where, talking to Roger, I did get a lot of inspiration for Max, just how you would handle situations that Max would potentially be thrown into. And I also did get to learn about the things that Max did wrong based on, speaking to Roger and how things are supposed to be done and what were the fatal flaws of Max. So I got to see the magnitude and feel out, based on Roger's reactions to what I told him Max did and ends up ultimately doing. I got to see like, oh man, Max really did, falter here.
I am, as a surrogate, I'm in the relationship with the client. I am part of the content of what's going on. And at the same time, I am keeping a part of my awareness in sustaining the container of what's happening, the structure of the sessions,
and the reporting to the therapist, and the sort of strategic process of choosing what's next and where to go in the next parts of the therapeutic process. So
during the process of talking to Roger and learning about surrogate partner therapy and how those connected to Max and his experience in the script and the magnitude of the mistakes that he makes in regards to surrogate partner therapy. Max is so committed and dedicated to the things that he does. And he's a very hard worker, and he really wants this. He really wants to do this. He really wants to help people. But the thing that makes him human is the mistakes that he makes. And he sacrifices, truly. It's on his own accord that he is making these sacrifices. You know, there are challenges that come along with that, and things that do go against the code of ethics in surrogate partner therapy. But I'm drawn to those mistakes because the mistakes that he was making were coming out of an honest and noble, pure place. I've never felt like I had a responsibility before in a role to portray something accurately other than the truth of the situation, and to do something where it could be seen as, you know, you're representing a group of people who have taken flack from others based just by doing what they do. And I wouldn't want Max's mistakes to be any representation of what it means to be a surrogate partner therapist, because Max breaks the rules, and you know there are consequences for that.
The thing about this movie is that all four of the main characters have something they are withholding that's really important, and they're withholding it from the people that is most important that they share it with. So throughout the drama of this, there's all this withheld information. Yeah, all this withholding of information gets everybody into a real problem.